In the year 2022, we are on the never-ending brink of insanity. I mean, I hesitate to even call this the cherry on the cake because we damn well know this cake of craziness is only going to tower higher and higher, but today, Dewmonic Abyss discovered that Hideo Kojima, the game developer of Metal Gear, was set up by the French as the assassin of the Japanese Prime Minister. You heard that fucking right.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Why? Probably because they're both Asian men with glasses, and for some reason this dumb fuck politician has no one consulting him before he makes this grand, flamboyant claim to the entirety of the world. With my internet knowledge, my internet know-how of the troll corners of the interwebs, I feel like I said interwebs, internet twice there. You get what I fucking mean. I assume some 4chan group or whatever just started sharing around pictures of Kojima as a troll, and these politicians managed to take the bait. Obviously. Honestly, looking back on this whole thing, I actually consider myself lucky that Dewmonic Abyss wasn't the one framed for shooting the Prime Minister. Wouldn't that be quite the tale?
Good day. I'm Madison Walker bringing you your slow tube news of the day. Dewmonic Abyss was implicated in the assassination of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. We don't exactly know how, but he was. When I discovered this tragic news, I was so disgusted I fell to the ground screaming and crying.
The protagonist of our story is one Damien Rieu. I'm not gonna pretend I know anything about the political climate in France, but Wikipedia, obviously the most reliable source on the internet, claims that he is a far-right politician. He was responding to Clementine Autain. I could very well be butchering these names, by the way, so forgive me. If I end up dead in my bed the next day, you know I was the next person to get assassinated. But Ms. Autain is a journalist and a member of the National Assembly of France. J'apprends le décès de Shinzo Abe en son premier ministre du Japon. Oui, mon baguette, mon zay, mon french fry. I love Paris. I consume my snails in love for thee. Actually, instead of just botsing Francais to my cringing YouTube audience, I'm just going to rely on my old pal Google Translate. I learn of the death of Shinzo Abe, former Prime Minister of Japan. I do not strictly share none of his political positions, but the crime committed is unforgivable. Thoughts for the Japanese people. To which Damien Rieu responded with a picture of game developer Hideo Kojima, calling him an extreme left killer. So taking this politician at his word, because he obviously has a lot of influence, he's an activist, the images began to circulate all over the media. And poor Kojima woke up one day just crawling out of his little cardboard box, accused as the murderer of Shinzo Abe, former Japanese Prime Minister. Now the actual suspect was a 41-year-old named Tetsuya Yamagami, who was in police custody. Because they got the right guy, they didn't arrest Kojima, obviously. Now, if I were Kojima, I would 1000% use this opportunity to take legal action, sue the fucking pants off him, buy yourself a spiffy new Lamborghini. Alright, you can't just blast an innocent man like that to the entire world and expect to receive no accountability whatsoever for it. Obviously, his intent here was to push his own political agenda. Same with all the news publications covering this. They obviously didn't put in their own due diligence to make sure these pictures were legit. Absolutely zero research was put into this by any of these parties involved whatsoever. And it just goes to show, we truly are in the end times.